Many have donned the title of Batgirl, but the most iconic Batgirl known in the DC universe is Barbara Gordon, once niece, now daughter to Commissioner Gordon. But did you know she wasn't the first Batgirl? The first goes by the name of Mary Elizabeth Cain, aka Betty Cain. And yes, she is related to Kathy Kane, our current Batwoman. Betty took on the title Batgirl in 1961 alongside Batwoman as a romantic interest for Batman and Robin due to the overwhelming allegations of Batman and Robin being gay. Betty kept the title of Batgirl for about 3 years before she disappeared for a while, but she did end up becoming a part of the Teen Titans West team in 1977. Post Crisis, Betty never saw the Batgirl suit again because she was revamped into a new hero alongside her fellow Titans as Flamebird. Barbara Gordon took the mantle of Batgirl in 1967, and the rest was history. Well, but the history is really the only reason why you're even here. Next to don the cape and cowl was Helena Bertinelli, better known as Huntress. In 1999's No Man's Land, an earthquake levels Gotham City and the United States government declares the now decimated city a no man's land and Batman disappears. To bring order to this no man's land, Huntress dons a Batgirl suit as she finds out criminals fear her more when she wears a bat symbol rather than her original costume. This costume change doesn't last very long because when Batman does finally return, Helena fails to protect Batman's territory from Two-Face, and it costs people their lives. Huntress refused to be bossed around and quits being Batgirl. That same day, Huntress leaves the role of Batgirl. Cassandra Cain accepts the role. Cassandra was born to be the perfect killer. With deadly assassins as parents, they deprived her of speech and touch in order for Cassandra to have no attachments. Cassandra had a very successful solo series as Batgirl with over 70 issues. This series had many twists and turns, but in the end, the ultimate battle took place against Cassandra Cain and her mother, Lady Shiva. Cassandra wins this fight, assumingly killing her mother, and abandons the role of Batgirl for a short while. This actually leads Cassandra down a pretty dark path that is universally hated by creators as well as fans, as Cassandra appeared next as a villain. During this time, Cassandra murdered her father and was even hired to kill Supergirl. The end of her villainous streak was a manipulated team up with the Teen Titans East, a team created by Deathstroke to fight the current Teen Titans. How exactly this happened, Deathstroke drugged Cassandra and warped her mind in order to get her on his team. After a brief fight with Tim Drake, he is able to give her an antitoxin. Angry that she let herself be manipulated, Cassandra vows to kill Deathstroke. She doesn't get very far as Nightwing knocks her out, wanting to take down Deathstroke the correct way. Cassandra disappears again after that, but comes back upon Batman's request as a part of the Outsiders. Out of all the Batgirls on our list, Cassandra stops being Batgirl more than any other character because once again, after the events of Batman RIP, Cassandra doesn't really know where she lies on the idea of staying Batgirl. So she passes the suit to Stephanie Brown. Stephanie Brown was introduced in 1992 in Detective Comics as the vigilante spoiler, as she wanted to spoil her father's criminal acts. Stephanie Brown eventually became a love interest for Tim Drake, and although she was a really big, intricate part of Tim Drake's story, she eventually started to evolve into her own independent character. She even replaced Tim Drake as Batman's sidekick for a short time. After a few months, Batman fires her as Robin as she disobeys a direct order. Not satisfied with his decision, Stephanie attempts to prove her worth by stealing files from Batman that contains plans for dealing with Gotham's entire criminal underworld. This inadvertently starts the event War Games and eventually leads to Stephanie's brutal death. Tortured by Black Mask, Stephanie refuses to give up information about Batman, eventually escapes, but dies in Leslie Tompkins' clinic with Batman at her side. Years later, Batman and Robin confront an individual pretending to be Spoiler, only to be revealed that it is in fact Stephanie Brown. It's later revealed Leslie helped Stephanie fake her death, knowing Black Mask knew her secret identity. And of course, after the events of Batman RIP, Cassandra leaves Stephanie the Batgirl costume. There has been other characters within the DC universe that have taken the mantle of Batgirl, but only for a brief moment. Those include Misfit, Nisa, Tiffany Fox, and even Daphne Blake from Scooby Doo. Comics aren't the only place we've seen Batgirl. She's made several appearances in both animation and live action. Here's every actor and voice actress who has been Batgirl. Alicia Silverstone from Batman and Robin, Dinah Myers from Birds of Prey, Savannah Welsh from Titans, Jane Webb from the Batman Superman special, Melinda Britt from the New Adventures of Batman, Melissa Gilbert from the Batman the Animated Series, Tara Strong from the new Batman Adventures, Danielle Judovitz, the Batman, Mae Whitman, Batman Brave and the Bold, Rosario Dawson, the Lego Batman movie, Allison Stoner, Young Justice, Brianna Cuoco, Harley Quinn.
Hey guys, I had to jump in here real quick to add one more Batgirl, possibly the most legendary Batgirl, and that is Yvonne Craig from Batman 66.
And last but not least, the Batgirl that never was, Leslie Grace. Well, that's every Batgirl. Did we miss any? Let us know down below and subscribe for more Batman News Weekly content.